morning, everybody. Fellowship Houston. This is RBS, Old School Christian Rap.
What's going on, everybody? We just glad y'all coming out with us today. Come share this time with us today. 9 a.m., 10:30 a.m. Come hear a fantastic word that can change your life. Fellowship Houston, everybody. 7746 Alameda Genoa Road, Houston, Texas. Get ready for church.
Amen.
Holy Ghost Driveby, tell them when we pop my Bible, piece of records, scriptures only waiting outside. Contract, get it for your land, pay. You talk the coach the end time. Make plays like Brian, Peter, my skin. This stuff can't back down. Ski mask, no more. Nah, I came from hand me down close. I'm blessed, I made it. I come against all the issues. Everybody believe us, and it's a good.
As a sacrifice, why? 'Cause I wanna burn for you, yeah. Only for you. Say my name, purify my life. Why? 'Cause I wanna burn for you. Say only for you.
If you are a VIP here, we just want to say welcome to Fellowship Houston. We really want to connect with you after service, so if it's your first or second time here, if you go out those doors after service, you can meet us at that table out there, and we just want to take the time to just get to know you and get to help you just become part of the family.
Yes. And another note that I have here, on this Thursday, Thanksgiving, we're looking for volunteers. If you're available, the church has been blessed to team up with an organization to donate 30 Thanksgiving meals to families in need in our community. So we'll be here at 10 a.m. So if you're available, if you could meet us at the front desk, it's the same desk he's talking about for new people today. And we'd love to get you to come in Thursday and help deliver those meals. That would be great.
Alpha and Omega, King of Kings, Lord of Lords, He's our Lord and Savior. Hallelujah, man. Giving our glory to Him, as well as Pastor Vaughn. I definitely appreciate this opportunity, and as well as my spiritual parents who's having service right now with household Pastor Calvin J. Smith and Lady Nicole Smith. My name is Roddin. I'm originally from New Orleans, Louisiana. Moved over here. Houston is now my home as well. I love you guys. Grew up in the church. Just a quick, brief backstory. Grew up in the church. However, I always didn't really like it. You know, to be honest, people do get saved from the testimony. I ran from God. I wasn't with all the church stuff at that time. I wasn't. I had a hunger and a desire for the streets. It seemed like the worldly kids always had more than me, and I wanted that. I craved that. Long story short, I got what I wanted. I began to sell drugs and just live a lifestyle that ultimately wasn't pleasing to God. And it's crazy, He rearranged my whole life to where now I'm not only representing Him in His kingdom, but He also gave me an opportunity to go out in different places and minister and bring light to darkness. You know, things like that. I call that a Holy Ghost drive-out. So this song we get into is actually from my project. I just dropped it literally 2 weeks ago. Probably a little longer than that. So y'all just vibe with me, praise Him in your own way. Amen. Amen. Bless your name. Hey, say it's the Holy Ghost Driveby. Bow down, we slide.
into one of the cisterns and say that a ferocious animal devoured him. Then we'll see what comes of his dreams. And we know the rest of the story. He ends up being thrown into the cistern, the dried up well, by his brothers. And then some Midianites come along and they pull him out of there and they take him into slavery and they sell him as a slave in Egypt, and he's bought by Potiphar and he becomes a servant in Potiphar's house. And then Potiphar's wife tried to seduce him and he rejects that. She lies about him. He ends up getting thrown in prison. He's in prison, and then he interprets the dream of the baker and the butler and just says, hey, just remember me when you get out of here. And 2 years pass, and finally the butler remembers that as Pharaoh is trying to get a dream interpreted, the butler remembers, hey, there's a guy in prison that can interpret dreams. And he calls on Joseph. Joseph comes and interprets the dream of Pharaoh, that there's going to be 7 years of plenty, and then there's going to be 7 years of famine. And he said, I like it. You are in charge of it. And through a series of events, and over a number of 13 years, he ends up becoming second in command over all of Egypt, and is there at the right time, not just to preserve and to save Egypt, but to preserve and save his family. What an incredible story. But it's all because of this dreamer. He had a dream. When he dreamed the second dream, when he dreamed another dream, that dream was even bigger. The sun, the moon, and the stars, they all were bowing down to him. And even his father, who couldn't quite accept it, understood this was something bigger than himself. This was a God-sized dream. And so he just pondered it in his heart. And here's what I want to say to you today. There's a dream inside every single one of you. You just got to realize when that dream is from God and how to act on it. Let me just take a little detour here. I'm one of 3 boys. I'm a preacher's kid. My brothers and I are raised in a preacher's home. Brothers were bowing down to him. He shared the dream. His brothers thought he was crazy. And it says he told it to his brothers, and they hated him all the more. I just wonder, is there anybody here that's ever had a dream and you shared it with somebody and they looked at you like you were crazy? Yeah. They almost despised you. It's like, how dare you have a dream that big? Well, I'm talking to dreamers today. Dreamers, some of you that know you're a dreamer, and then some of you don't know yet you're a dreamer. I'm talking to you today. So Joseph has this dream. He tells it to his brothers. They hated him all the more. Then in verse number 9, look, it says that he had another dream. He dreamed again. Now this time the dream was even bigger than the first dream. This one, he saw the sun, the moon, and the stars, and they were all bowing down, representing his father, his mother, and his brothers. And the father even was taken back by this one, but he didn't say anything because he believed in his son and believed in the God who was in his son. Then later in the story, verse number 19, Joseph is going to his brothers, and they see him coming, and look what they say. Here comes that dreamer. They're mocking him, making fun of him. Here comes that dreamer. And there's probably some of you here that you've been treated the same way. Here comes that dreamer, one with all those lofty dreams, lofty ideas. Somebody that thinks they can pastor a church, build a church, and take over a city and impact a community, and impact a generation. Somebody that thinks they can take a project and bring it to completion and drop that project and make an impact in the world. Here comes that dreamer. And there's some of you, you're business people, you're entrepreneurs, and you shared your dream of starting a business or starting a ministry, and somebody looked at you like you were crazy. I'm talking to you today. Joseph had another dream. Here comes that dream. In fact, in verse 20, it goes on. They got even worse. It said, come now, let's kill him, throw him into one of these cisterns, and say that a ferocious animal devoured him. Then we'll see what comes of his dreams. There's some people that want to destroy you because of your dreams. Some people just don't like the fact that you have a dream. Now, listen, I'm one of 3 boys. I have an older brother and a younger brother. We're all real close. My older brother's just 2 years older.
So I'm at Cole's Flea Market. Just been jamming out. I've already been walking around. I just came back to my car to eat, but I've been mostly jamming out, but I haven't been taking videos. So hopefully I'll do another walkthrough of me, like actually like looking around. I'll do another walk around just to kind of show video footage of the flea market, so y'all can kind of see some of the cool stuff too. Unfortunately, there's no way for y'all to see the songs that I'm jamming, but maybe one of these days I can have another camera to film myself jamming out while I walk through the flea market.
Así lloro yo.